everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we have my monthly haul. If you are new here, my name is Natalie and I post 2 to 3 videos a week all about makeup and beauty. If you like what you see here today, I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave, but why don't we get started? You may have already noticed from the thumbnail that this video is going to be slightly different to my usual hauls. In most of my monthly haul thumbnails, I do tend to have a mile-high pile of boxes in my arms, whereas today there was just one. I didn't kind of do this on purpose, but I sort of organically went on a low buy this month. I just found myself completely overwhelmed with my skincare and makeup collection, but it still hasn't kind of stopped me making purchases. But in the past month specifically, there's not been as many purchases that have caught my eye. I did have a video go up recently which was a anti-haul video, which was kind of in replacement to the usual monthly will I buy it, and that did sort of set the tone for the month. I think it does help that quite a few things that are popular right now and new to the market are not my preferences when it comes to makeup especially. If you did see in that video, there were a lot of cream and liquid cheek products and that's just not what I like, so that definitely did help in that respect. Don't get me wrong, there were quite a few nice eyeshadow palettes and things released this month, but I did manage to stay strong and talk myself out of them because a few of them were neutral palettes, which I definitely don't need. I probably have the shades a million times over in my collection. I am really proud of myself with what I've achieved this month, and I think it did help that, like I say, it did kind of happen organically rather than me saying at the beginning of the month I'm going on a low or no buy, I'm not going to purchase anything. I feel like when I've done that in the past, I've had kind of more FOMO and it's made me want to rebel against myself, as it were, and purchase more. So there were a few sales as well that did go on this month. I think Cult Beauty had one and Beauty Bay actually had a few sales in the month. I did make a purchase from Beauty Bay, so actually I'll go over that one first, just in case you are on my channel because it's makeup and beauty and things that you like. I did actually make some clothing purchases this month, which I haven't done in a while, so I thought I would share them as well. I don't normally do clothing hauls much on my channel anymore. It's probably because I did used to like doing them with kind of try on clips and things, but because of the way I now have my room set up, I did actually used to film my try on clips with this wall here being the backdrop, but because of where my desk is situated, there's not enough room to move it out the way to film them and things, so I just can't really do try on clips, which means that I don't tend to share much of the clothing and fashion and things that I purchased. Not that I have purchased that much in the past months anyway, but it's probably this month that I've purchased the most, so I thought I would just stick that on at the end of the video. So here is my Beauty Bay box. This was things that I purchased from some sale that they did have at the very beginning of the month, and I feel like they do have one currently ongoing at the moment. I have looked, I have added things to my basket, but then I've been honest with myself, I don't need them, so I've not purchased them, they're still sitting in my basket. I didn't even really go crazy with this haul either, and the things that I've picked up are actually quite practical. Apologies that you've just had to stare at my lifted lash for however many minutes. I've just had to go and stick it back on. These are lashes from Kiss. I think they are the Demi Wispy lashes and they are really comfortable, but I just don't feel like I've put enough of the lash liner adhesive on, so they are lifting slightly, so apologies if they lift. I do have a mirror here and I'm going to try and keep checking regularly. I am still definitely learning when it comes to lashes, so you will have to bear with me. So my first couple of items that I purchased from Beauty Bay were from Revolution. The first thing I got is this set of microfiber towels. This does come in a really nice little zip bag and comes with 2 towels, which I haven't even opened yet. So here is the one in white. It looks like a really good size, and then it has a button here and then a elastic band here to fasten them up. These look actually slightly more shallow here than the one I currently have, which I think is from the brand Glove, and I believe I got that in a Look Fantastic box last year. I use it all the time, absolutely love it, and I just never got around to purchasing any more, and I definitely do miss having that one when it's in the wash, so that's why I thought I'd get another pack. This doesn't quite feel as soft as the one I have from Glove, and this bit is definitely smaller here, so hopefully it will kind of take all my hair. I am thinking of having a decent chop of my hair sometime soon, so I won't have as much. But yeah, these look pretty good, and I think the pack of 2 was only £8, and I do believe I had 20% off my total order as well. And then this is just the black one, which is exactly the same, but at least now if I have 3, it means I can probably wash them a bit more regularly than I have been. Then I also picked up a dry shampoo from Revolution, which I hadn't even seen that they'd released. This is the Revive Dry Shampoo, which refreshes and revitalises for daily use. It includes caffeine and baobab. It says for normal to oily hair with 0% talc. I haven't actually used this on my hair yet, but I have just kind of sprayed it into the air just to see what it smelled like. If I'm honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the scent. It does remind me of one that I've tried in the past and I can't think which one. It might have been the Soap and Glory one. That one was quite heavily scented and I didn't really like that either, and I think that's in the back of my drawer somewhere, so I'll see what it's like. It was only £3, it's worth a go for that. I've just realised that actually the majority of this box is hair care. The next thing I picked up is from the brand Kitsch. These are the satin scrunchies and this was a pack of 5. I think this was on sale and then I think I could use my 20% off it as well. I don't think these were that expensive. Kitsch isn't really a cheap brand from what I've seen before. For these ones, it says for all hair types and textures, glides through hair without snagging, creaseless alternative to traditional elastics, protecting hair from breakage and thinning, can be used day and night. So I have already, excuse the hair on it, I have already taken one out the box and been using it. They do have a decent amount of stretch to them, but for me personally, I feel like I could do with them being able to go around my hair one more time, because when I wake up every morning, my ponytail is quite loose and I do have kind of strands out, so they're not as tight as I would like them, but I do feel like they are really good in me not having as much of a bend in my hair once I've worn one of them. The other scrunchies that I'm loving at the moment are the ones from Accessorize, but they are quite big and bulky scrunchies and they do leave a band in my hair, but they are really good at keeping my hair in place. These are the type of scrunchies that I don't mind going outside with. A lot of my other ones, if I am going out and my hair is tied up, I will switch to just a normal elastic bobble rather than wearing a scrunchie. But with these ones, because once they're on, they don't look sort of too unassuming, so I don't mind going out in these. Not that I make it a regular occurrence, but I just mean for the school run or something, I don't mind it with these. So far, they're not my favourite scrunchies I've ever tried, but they are pretty good and I am glad I tried them because I had been wanting to try something from the brand Kitsch for a while now. The next product is this conditioner from Amika. This is the Velveteen Dream Smoothing Conditioner. I think it was last month that I did feature this in my favourites video because I did have a small sample of this. I've been wanting to purchase it for the longest time, but it is normally £18, which for me is quite a lot to spend on conditioner, especially because of how long it takes me to go through it. But because I had finished that small sample, I went to use the other conditioner that I had in the shower and realised that I didn't have much left of that either. Combined with the fact that I had 20% off, I thought I would just go for it. So I did pick this one up. I am quite surprised by how large the bottle is actually. I know it is only skinny, but I didn't think it was going to be this big. It is 300ml of product, which I think that probably is the same as the current conditioner that I have, but it's probably just because of the size of it. But this product smells absolutely amazing, as with every other Amika hair product that I've smelt. And the scent of this does stay in your hair as well, so when your hair kind of catches a breeze or something, it just smells really nice and I love it. And this one is really good at smoothing my hair. I had been combining the conditioner of this with a shampoo from John Frieda. I think it's one of their Frizzies ones. It might be the Brazilian Smooth or something like that. That is the very first John Frieda Frizzy shampoo that has actually worked for my hair. It probably could be because I'm combining it with this, but I do like the effect that it gives and it does really help tame the frizz. So I'm excited to actually have a full size of this now, and this is going to take me the longest time to go through. And then the final thing I picked up from Beauty Bay is this makeup brush from BH Cosmetics. This is the V2 Vegan Pointed Blending Brush, and I'm hoping I can use this as a blush brush. So it's not too wide of a brush. I do have a couple of blush brushes in my collection. I do actually have the V1 brush, which I think it says is a blush brush, but it's absolutely huge. And because I do like a lot of minis and quite a few of my blush products have small pans, it's much too large and I just can't get the application right. The current blush brush, I'm surprised I'm saying that right every single time, that I'm using, I think it might be from, I think it's Mermaid Cosmetics or something. So it's a really pretty brush. It has a really detailed handle to it with kind of fins and things like that. It's really nice, but it's not very practical. It doesn't stand up in my pot slightly, and I not so long ago purchased an electric brush cleaner, or a few months ago now, and that is the quickest way for me to clean my brushes. Obviously, because the brush has a tail, I can't put it into the brush holder to spin it round in the pot, so that brush does get neglected when it comes to cleaning. So rather than trying to clean it manually, I thought I'd just buy a new brush. This one is slightly smaller than that one, but I still think it will be really good, and I feel like it is fanning out ever so slightly. This now I think is the 3rd or 4th brush that I own from this line of BH Cosmetics, and they are so soft. They are definitely one of the softest face brushes that I own. I think possibly even softer than the ones I have from Spectrum, and Spectrum brushes are slightly pricier than these ones, so I would highly recommend looking into these brushes from BH Cosmetics. I think this one was about £4, which is so affordable. I have eye brushes from BH as well, and they are just really good quality brushes for such an affordable price. I'm excited to not only have a new blush brush to use, but a nice clean one. So that is actually all that I purchased from Beauty Bay. Like I say, I have been so overwhelmed with my makeup and skincare, I just didn't feel like I needed to add anything to my collection. So to just get hair care and a beauty tool, I was really proud of myself. There were so many products that were nice, that were quite heavily discounted: lipsticks, eyeshadow palettes, my usual vices, but I managed to hold strong and not get any of them. So yeah, I'm kind of giving myself a pat on the back this month. So now I'll go through and show you the sort of fashion and clothing items. Like I said, apologies that there aren't going to be any try-on clips, but I will try when editing to put a screenshot up from the website to show you what it looks like on the model, which will probably give you a better impression than on me anyway. My first order that I placed was from Shein, and I got a few dresses from there as well as a couple of other items. I have been looking for a certain type of dress as of late, because we are starting to obviously go out more and it is the summer months, and I do have hopefully a couple of christenings and a couple of weddings coming up. I wanted to get a dress that could be dressed up or dressed down, and I've been really liking kind of mid-length dresses as of late. So the first one that I picked up is this really pretty green one. I think it's like a sage green with this floral pattern on it. It's one that it doesn't look much in person, it does look better on definitely, but it is just really pretty. It's a really nice finish at the bottom, it's a really nice length on me, and then it does have the kind of elasticated cinched in waist here, and then just really nice flowy sleeves that sit really nice. It is obviously really hard to show because of the length of it and things, but we'll put a picture up on the screen to show you better what it looks like. I think all of the dresses that I picked up from Shein were between £10 and £15 because I did have a voucher code, as tends to be the case most times on Shein. Then also, to go with this dress and some of the other ones I picked up, I did actually purchase a belt as well. So this is just a really pretty nice tan belt with this double buckle fastening. I see so many people wearing belts like this and absolutely love the look of them. This one was actually on sale. It should have been, I think it was £3.49, which was already a steal, and I actually got it on sale for £1.98, and it is 100% worth it. The quality of this is really nice. The clasp is nice and sturdy, and I feel like it just finishes off this dress and the other dresses that I've got so much better. It just cinches me in that little bit more in my waist, so I'm so glad I picked this up because I think this came up as like a suggested item in my basket, so I just added it in there, and yeah, £2, definitely recommend it. I will try and see if I can link any of these items if you are interested. I am pretty terrible at linking things, but because this isn't as big of a haul as usual, I might be okay doing it today, but apologies if I don't. Possibly send me a comment if I forget, because I can always go in and do it afterwards. The next dress is this really nice sleeveless navy one with, again, a floral pattern on. Same kind of thing with the cinched in waist, although this is a very thin piece of elastic rather than being a full band. Very similar length to the other one. This one does have a bit more of a kind of frill on the bottom, and this one did come with a material belt, but I don't really like it with the material belt. I much prefer it with the tan belt. So that is that one, and again I will have a picture on screen somewhere showing you what it looks like on the model. And again, I think this one was between £10 and £15. And the final one is this cream coloured dress with yellow and blue floral detail on it. Again, elasticated waist, thin like the last one, and then this one does have a bit of a stitch bit at the bottom as well, with a bit of a frill kind of at the bottom as well. This one also has gathered in sleeves, so it does have a bit of a puffball sleeve effect to it. With the belt, looks really nice. This one to me is probably the most kind of wedding-y one out of the others. I think the first one, the green one, is going to be quite easy to dress down. The second one and this one are a bit more dressy, and I don't know if I would be able to dress these down, but I'll give it a go. But yeah, really nice, good quality, and because of the colour of this one, I was worried that it was going to be see-through, but it's not at all, so I'm really happy with this. Then I also picked up this top. This is just a plain white top with kind of broadly unglazed sleeves. I think this is now the third top like this that I own, and I think all three of them I've got from Shein. I've got one that has longer sleeves, but again, this kind of material, and then I've got one that I think has almost like tulle type sleeves to it, but I'm pretty sure I did get all three of them from Shein. Apologies that this one is creased, but I do like to pair this thing with a kind of maxi skirt because it's plain and a lot of my maxi skirts are patterned, so this looks really nice tucked in. I don't think this was much more than £10, if even that. And then the final thing I bought from Shein are these sliders. These are just black material. I don't even know what they're kind of made of. I don't believe it is leather. It does feel like they are slightly rubberized, but they are just really nice with the buckled detail. And these are the kind of things that I can throw on around the house or just to go in the garden, but then I could also go out in these as well because they do look quite smart. And I think possibly most of those dresses would go with these and it would dress them down slightly. I think these were about £12, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Again, hopefully I remember to link things, but these are really nice. And yes, I do have quite large feet. I am a UK size 7, so yeah, glad to pick these ones up because they are really comfy and they do feel nice and sturdy as well, so I don't get sort of sore feet with them being too flat, and they are basically rubberized, so might be quite handy for the beach actually, because I presume they would be waterproof. I'll have to test that theory. So that is everything that I picked up from Shein. I didn't go too overboard, but I feel like I got some really nice pieces there that are going to definitely be staples in my summer wardrobe. Then my final purchases of the month were from Very, which is a catalogue based here in the UK. First thing that I picked up is a denim jacket. I do currently have a denim jacket which I got from Primark probably about 5 or 6 years ago at this point, and it has definitely seen better days. It is a very kind of acid wash denim jacket, so I did want a slightly darker coloured one, and the one that I have is cropped, which it does look quite nice over dresses, but I did kind of want a more fuller one, so this is the one that I ordered. This is just Very's own brand, but it is really nice. It's not too stiff of a denim, it is really comfortable, and it is quite a nice length on me as well, so I think this will be really nice to kind of take me over the summer and the autumn months, especially if it gets a bit colder. I've got something to put on because it is warm without being too hot because it's not too thick of a denim. I think this was about £25 or £30. I then picked up a couple of pairs of shoes, or sort of trainer casual type shoes. First ones I picked up are this pair of white Converse. These are just the normal kind of low rise ones, but I do believe, I don't think they were called short. I think they might have been called like petite or something like that. So it's supposed to be that they're not as long. I have had a pair of Converse in the past, which I think were the kind of half cab ones, and they made my feet look like absolute boats. Like I said, I am a UK size 7, so I don't have the smallest feet to begin with, but these aren't as bad. They still do look pretty huge, and you can still kind of tell I've got big feet, but they're not as bad as I thought they would be, and they're not as bad as the previous Converse that I've had. I do think they are slightly shorter in some way, but I thought these will be quite nice to pair with things because I don't really have a light pair of casual shoes. I do have a couple of pairs of Vans in my collection, and I do have trainers, but everything is kind of dark. I don't have anything white, and so many of my friends will wear dresses with Converse and things, and I just think it looks really nice, so I'm hoping they'll go with some of those dresses from Shein. I haven't tried them together yet, so that's why I thought I'd pick these up. I have been wanting to get a pair of white Converse for a long time, but for me they've always been quite expensive for something that I know I'm not going to be wearing on a regular basis, but these were actually on sale. I think these are normally about £50, but these were quite heavily discounted, and I think I only paid about 36 for them, so I thought that was a good deal, and I took that as a sign to finally purchase a pair. And then just in case they arrived and they did make my feet look too big, I did pick up another pair of white casual shoes, and these ones are actually from the brand Superdry. So these are plain white completely, whereas the Converse had the kind of red and blue stripe. These are all white all over. They do have the sort of detailing on the side there as well, and also the plastic cap, and obviously very bright insoles on these ones. I feel like these ones actually make my feet look a little bit bigger than the Converse ones do. I don't know if it's perhaps the two coloured things on the side break the shoe up slightly with the Converse, I'm not sure, but I do quite like these, and I feel like these are a bit more sturdy. The Converse are really nice, thin, light canvas, so it will be good when it's a bit warmer, whereas I think if it gets a little bit colder, these are a little bit thicker, so will be better for that. These were another product that was on sale. I think these should have been about £20, but I actually only paid £12.50, which I personally thought Superdry was a more expensive brand than the kind of £20, but I thought £12.50. I was getting them with the intention of sending one back, but I just decided to keep both because I feel like they will both have their uses. There will be certain things that the Converse won't quite go with, and I'll want a plain shoe to go with it. So yeah, I thought to keep these as well. And again, apologies that you've just had to look at an upturned lash. That is so annoying, but I'm not refilming that bit because I'm a bit out of breath. But that is everything that I did purchase in June. If you are a regular subscriber, I hope you will be proud of me for my very limited beauty purchases. Although I don't know if you can even call them beauty purchases because it was pretty much hair care. So that's why I thought I'd throw the fashion in at the end as well. But other than that, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.